All right, all right. I'm giving everybody a moment to come on over. And I did not mean to make my screen big because your girl is looking crazy. All right, let me share my screen with you. There we go. There you go. I wasn't ready for all that close up, all that in your faceness. All right, so let's make sure everybody's back over. Y'all let me know in the comments if you're here. There we go. Okay. And Jennifer, I just emailed you your 2 files. I emailed you the PNG and also the Photoshop file. So again, thank you for allowing us to work on that live. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our next project. Okay, Miss Henson. Miss Henson, let me know in the chat if you're here with me, okay? All right. All right, so this is the template that we're working from for Miss Henson. We're doing this one on 13 by 19. What's up, E? Oh my gosh, Erica's here. So I gave her the permission to take this weekend off, but you know, I'm excited to see you. All right. All right, Prices is excited to be here. Well, we're excited to have you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. And now we're about to show out. All right. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go by my instructions first. And Miss Henson, if you're here, let me know. Jennifer, I see you. And let's go ahead and get started on this one. This one have our photo. Let me go ahead and check out what the photo looks like. And if we can remove the background easily. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing here. That's my photo. And then I'm going to go to remove.bg and pull that up for you all. Oh, I think I already had it open. So literally you can take it from your folder. You see how I'm taking it from my folder? Uh-oh, I got too many things open. There we go. I'm going to drag and drop it right there. Oh, it's a young guy. I'm so sorry, Miss Henson. My heart goes out to you. I really am sorry for your loss. I know that this is a real difficult thing to do, especially in the midst of everything else that's important to do around these times. But I think this will be a phenomenal thing to be able to share with your loved ones. So we're going to make this magic, okay? So let's go ahead and download the HD version of this. We want to download the higher resolution of it so that it can have the best quality. And I do that because I want to make sure that it's, especially whether you do this as all over or a 13 by 19, you want to have a good resolution image. So we have a good resolution image there. We're going to go ahead and find the original photo. We're going to right click on the photo here. I'm going to turn off the original photo, but I'm still going to have this one selected. The reason why I do that is because when I bring in the new image, it's going to go right on top of the existing image. So let's go And I can even just pull it straight from my browser. I don't even have to pull it from my folder. See how I can hover over Photoshop, hover over my window, and drop it right on the artboard, just like that. Then I can resize the image by pulling on these little corners here. And I can also adjust where the wings are going to be and how big the wings are. This is actually what we're going to do in class on Sunday. We're going to build this design from the ground up. I'm going to give you all the elements, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make this, okay? Not how to use a template, because this class is learning how to design from scratch. So I'm going to give you the wings, I'm going to give you the doves, I'm going to give you the gate in the background, I'm going to give you a cloud image, and we're literally going to build this from scratch. You're going to type the words in and build it from scratch. You're going to add the outline, all of that great stuff, okay? So if you can join us on Sunday, this is exactly what we'll be building from scratch, okay? All right. So let's see, what else do I need to put on this one? And Ms. Henson, if you're here, feel free to let me know anything that you want to see changed, okay? Yes, and everyone, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff, because it helps us grow together as a family. And when we grow, we all benefit. I'm doing much, much more now that I know what you all need, and we're working together as a unit. So the more that we work together, the more that I can offer, the more you can benefit, the more you can give back, and we just keep this thing going, okay? What's up, Tanya? The class Sunday is each class is $60 a la carte, meaning that if you're not a member at all and you just want to take one class, it's $60 for that class. We do a class usually every Sunday. Every now and then I will take a Sunday off, but it's pretty rare that I take a Sunday off. So what the classes are, we work from beginning to end on finishing a project within our 3 to 4 hour session. So we start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we get something done by 10 p.m. And usually I'm hanging out longer just to, make sure everybody works through it. So make sure that anybody who wanted to learn something that maybe was not even in the class, if they had a little extra question or something, I'm answering that at the end. And every single person is going to end up with a final project by the end, okay? And we'll get to that in a little bit. All right, so let me go ahead and finish up Ms. Henson's design. Let's see what else she wanted on here. Let's do, I'm going to go ahead and file save as and save this for her. And let's see, what do we want to change the words to? And I like to copy and paste the names and stuff because, like I said, I really hate to mess up something like that. It is really special. So my name is a little long, so I'm thinking I'm going to break it down into 2 lines of text. So I'm just going to alt click and drag to make a copy of that. And then I may even change the font of the last name. So usually if I have 2 different parts of the name, I'll do one in like a script font and one in a more of a block font, just to give it a little variation there. And then I'll move the dove up too, so it won't be in the way. There we go. And I like to right click on my artboard to select things. I don't like to sift through the layers panel to try to find it because it can be really frustrating to try to find something amongst all these layers. So I just right click on it, and whatever I right click on is telling me everything that I'm touching. So I can best see what layer I want to select here. And then Ms. Henson, if you want the date, if you want alpha and omega, or you want sunrise, sunset, just let me know here and I will make that adjustment for you. And same thing for the numbers. If you want the dates typed out, I can do that as well. Or we can leave them like you submitted them with the dashes. And because I have a first and last on here, I'm going to move this down just a little bit. I can move this name down just a tad bit here. I like overlapping, but if I can get a little more legibility, then I will choose that. And I know you said you wanted to change the words, but I don't know what you wanted to change the words to. I think it was gone but not forgotten, but this one says long live, so let me know. And then I have a red theme going on here, but this can absolutely be changed to any other color. So that's the natural blue that's there. I'm going to turn off the red, so I'm going to go to that foreground color for the clouds. I'm going to turn off that color overlay and keep it blue. And you let me know what you like best. I'm going to take the color overlay of the red off, and I'm going to do and I'm trying to grab this blue from his shirt a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit. Control plus a couple times. Let's grab that blue. And this looks more like what he's wearing is kind of blue and silver. So if you want me to match what he's wearing, or you want me to kind of do like the Redskins theme, which I think is gold and like a dark red color, I can look it up. Just let me know. The font for the name, give me just a second, Rona, I'll get that for you. Darken up that blue a little bit. And then for the stroke, I'm going to turn off the black there. It's got a nice gold stroke to it already. I'm going to add another one. And then I'm going to make this one blend mode be color. So it'll take that gold, and now it made it a silver hue. And then I can add, well, it's already silver, so we're good. So I can put the black or leave it silver on the outside. So now I'm just going to copy that layer style. This text is Master of Break. It's a free personal use kind of demo font, but you won't get all of the perks of the font unless you purchase it. But I think for most of you, it will do well because it just like is missing some special characters. So I'll put it in the comments. It is Master of Break. All right, you're welcome, love. All right, so let's see. I like the blue, but let's see. Is there any other detail that I'm missing here? That's it. So literally, that's why I call these 10-minute templates, because in 10 minutes, you can revise these and have a design that looks really impressive for, for your use, for your customers' use, for your family, all of the above. And I'm going to do a color overlay and do just a little bit different blue right there. See how I like it. I'm going to kind of pull in a little bit of that darker blue there. And I think I like that better. All right. Let me know what y'all think. All right, loves. So I'm going to message Ms. Henson and see if she's with us live. And if so, if this is good to go, I can go ahead and save this. And, normally these type of things you have to do on a rush basis. So I want to make sure that she has what she needs to get prints in time. And we do offer prints as well for those of you who need print services. We offer the 13 by 19 prints, and we also print the large format all over shirt sizes too. So we can also convert this to an all over design and print it for you as well. Or you can do the 13 by 19 tile template. So and then you can split print and press yourself. And that class we're doing on Saturday. For those of you who are interested in getting a hands-on class of how to use the split template, and then we're going to split it together on Photoshop. So you're going to have your design already done. We're going to split it together on Photoshop. Then you're going to print it. Then we're going to trim around it. And then we're going to arrange those pages, those 4 pages that are going to print out. We're going to arrange them and get them all lined up. And then we're going to tape them together and press them as one big image onto your small, medium, or large shirt. Okay, we're doing that as a group. That's going to be Saturday. That class is available on the Innate Academy website. It is Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and depending on how many people are enrolled in it, it could take a little bit of time, because I make sure that everybody by the end of class has a shirt pressed. Okay, and even if there's some imperfections, what we do is we learn together what you may need to do to your press settings, because normally it's a press process. So normally everybody gets through printing and tiling it together well, but it takes a few practice presses to really figure out what your settings are for your heat press. So it's your environment, your heat press, the pressure, the temperature, the amount of time that you use, and of course the type of shirt that you use. So I recommend the 21 M's. That's always my recommendation. They press really well as far as an inexpensive quality sublimation shirt. Let's see, Facebook user, how do you get to me on YouTube? Just go to innatelab.com/, oh, I lied. youtube.com/innate lab. Okay. Yes, West Indian. The supply list, I made it very, very simple. So you can go get the board from Home Depot or Lowe's. As a matter of fact, while I'm waiting on Mrs. Henson, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go to the class. I think that's important right now. Let's go to academy.innatelab.com. Here we go with my computer's breathing all hard because I got all these windows and stuff open. So y'all keep your fingers crossed, okay? So this weekend, let's go to the live interactive courses. So if you go to Innate Academy, normally the newer courses are going to pop up here at the top here. Let's see. So this one, 3:20, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the class that we're looking at right now. Okay. So Ms. Henson is here watching. Ms. Henson, do you need to see any changes to the design? Do you like it? Do you need to change any words, any colors, anything like that? And if you don't know how to comment, it's okay. Just comment on my email. I have my email open for you, so you can just respond there. All right. Alrighty. So I'll wait to see if I get confirmation on that. I got to keep refreshing my email just to see. Okay.
I will warm up in the safety of the covers.
All right, so I have a little shadow in here with me now. So I was just muted for a second just to make sure we understood the rules of being in Auntie's room. All right. Yes, this class is good for beginners. Any 100 level course. And let me go ahead and show you those courses. I'm waiting right now on Mrs. Henson. Okay. All right, so literally we're going to design this. So Mrs. Henson, if you have a lot going on right now. So this class will be recorded too. So if you can't come to the live class, it will be recorded. And we're all going to design this from scratch. Literally everything that you see here, we're going to pull in and design from scratch. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go to the Academy. So what I was talking about is the Oliver Press class. So that's on Saturday. That is not one of the classes that's included with the membership because it's one of those exclusive classes. So every now and then I do exclusive classes that are kind of a little extra something that's going on that just requires a lot more effort. So I'll do them as exclusive classes in addition to the regular course content, okay? So for those of you last time who did this class and then immediately followed and did the Sunday class, we broke it up. So now we have one Saturday, one Sunday, because it was way too intense doing the all over class and then afterwards doing our Photoshop design class. So I did take that into consideration. Okay, so for tomorrow's class, let's go over that one first. So this is our Saturday class. We're going to, like I said, split. There's a template. If you don't have the split template yet, it is a separate purchase. But when you join this class, I give you one version of the split template, which is the small, medium, and large one, right? If you want to be able to print any other size, the extra large, 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X, I have a infant onesie size and toddler size, and also 2 youth size templates. So in order to get the entire package, you have to purchase the template set separate. But this is just for basically doing a live assembly course. So literally everything that you see here, we're going to pull your image into the split template. We're going to split it live on Photoshop. Then I'm going to show you how to print it, what your print settings need to be, and what we need to do in order to get this to print appropriately. Then once it prints, we trim it, and I'm going to show you how to minimally trim. We're only going to need to trim 4 little strips out of 4 pages, which normally if you have to trim all the way around, that would be 16 trims. I'm going to show you which 4 edges need to be trimmed so that you're not cutting out 16 pieces anymore. You're only cutting out 4 edges, okay? So we're going to optimize that. And then we're going to arrange those sheets together and get the idea of how they lay together. And then we're going to tape those sheets together. Once we tape those sheets together, it'll be one big image. And then we're going to create an insert for the inside of the shirt. So I show you how to create the insert with paper, but you may also, you see that insert that's inside of the shirt there? You may also want to, not for this class, I'm just telling you what basic things you need, but you can also use that same process to make your insert out of the RAM board that people like to use so that you can use it over and over again. I use these paper inserts over and over again, but only for the design that I'm pressing at that time. So if I switch to another design that has different colorways, I don't necessarily use this insert again unless it's something that I go from a light shirt to a dark shirt or dark colors, so I'm not worried about those colors transferring and mixing up. Okay, so we create that insert together, we stuff it inside of our shirt, we flatten everything out, we get all the wrinkles out of our shirt, we learn how to pre-press those shirts to get the wrinkles and most imperfections out, and then we press the shirt together. Okay, we press it in sections together, and then your homework is afterwards, after you learn what you learned, is to press the back of the shirt on your own at a later time. So you might print those same 4 tiles out again, try the process again, maybe when you got a little rest and you come back to it, and then you might have to change some of your press settings in order to get it just right, and you're going to try it again on the back, okay? But you'll do that on your own time. So you'll have the full front pressed by the time we finish class, and then we'll go over, everybody will do show and tell, and you'll show me what you ended up with, what you're unhappy with, what you might need to change. A lot of y'all were just showing off and showing out, and I'm proud of that. And then a lot of you had issues where it might be the heat press, and you want to know, hey, what can I do now that I know that this is a problem I'm having? And I give my suggestions for your individual heat press, for your individual setup. Okay, and Iris, I don't know when we'll be doing this class again. I will offer it next month, more than likely, but if we don't have enough people enroll in it, then I won't do, I won't host the class. So I'll wait until we get enough people enrolled in it. So my goal is to try to do one of these every month, but if it's not enough people enrolled in it, then we'll roll it over to the next month. Absolutely. So any class that you take, even this one, because we've had a couple of iterations of this class already, you can go and watch. And I'm going to log in here so you can see. Well, before I do that, let me show you, let's see, open a new tab. I'm going to show you once you're logged in what all you see for this course, because not only do you get the, let's see here it is. Okay, so the first thing that you get is just me demonstrating what we're going to do in the class. This is kind of like your homework per se. You know, and if you go back and watch this video right now, I believe you can watch it on YouTube. It's a long behind video, but I'm not going to do it tonight because I already did this and we spent so much time doing this. I'll show you exactly what you need to do before class. So let me go ahead and show you this kind of like in speed up time. Okay, so before class, what you have to do is download and pull in this template file. I have a free template file that you can download, so I want y'all to download that. Okay, and it's an all over template file that basically just shows you where everything's going to be. And then live, I showed you, and I have another video. We just did this the other night again. I showed you how you can bring in a wallpaper, clean it up, or you can bring in one of your Innate Lab templates. And all you're going to do is turn off the background of the image. What did I do? Right there. Okay. So let's say you did your one-on-one class. This is the one-on-one class. You're literally just going to save this as a JPEG. Okay. So that you have some artwork. You can take a wallpaper, whatever it is, it has to be done though. So let me refer you, I'm going to refer y'all to the video I just did the other day, because if the artwork is not ready, then you just have to use my sample artwork. Okay. And this was a long session. All right. So I will show you that video where I run down everything that you need to do. I even go over this homework with you, okay? So the next thing is there's a PDF that you download, and when you download the PDF, and I think this one's updated for the date. It has a Zoom link, okay? So you have to read the homework first. The Zoom link is the very last thing on there, and once you see the Zoom link, you're going to copy and paste that. That's how you're going to join the session. So you're going to need Zoom on your laptop or your desktop, wherever you're doing your Photoshop at, and then you'll need Zoom on whatever device has a camera. So you can still use like your webcam for your computer, as long as you can show me your press, show me your shirt when you're done with it, show me like when you're trying to put your stuff together and it looks a little funky and you want to show it to me, you have to have a camera where you can show me, hey, Shannon, this is what my setup looks like. What am I doing wrong? Okay, so you're going to need Zoom. And what I do is I have Zoom on my phone so that I can kind of be on video. And then I have Zoom on my computer. So I allow you to use 2 Zoom seats for these sessions. I used to didn't do that because it took up too much, took up too many seats on the Zoom, but I do allow you to do that. So you can use Zoom on one device, Zoom on another device. When you are watching me, so that you're doing the computer part, you want to, if you can, have Zoom on one computer and have dual screens. That's your best bet, because you can watch me on one screen and then you can perform your Photoshop on the other screen. If you cannot do that, which I understand, then at least make sure you have a tablet. Someone used a phone before. They had a pretty big size phone where they were watching me on the Zoom session on the phone, but they could see everything I was doing because their phone screen was big enough. I don't suggest using a phone because it's really hard to see all of the menu options on Photoshop from the phone. But if that's what you have to work with, I'm not telling you you can't. I'm just saying you need at least 2 screens, whether they're dual screen set up or you have one computer set up and then maybe even another computer, like another laptop set up to view me on. That's fine too. I always tell people, if you have a TV and you have an HDMI, then, if you have a small TV that you can put beside you and connect your HDMI to your computer or to your laptop, boom, you have dual screens. Okay. And I make a whole video on how to, kind of set up your dual screens. All that is available in this homework link here. Okay. And as a matter of fact, before you even look at the homework, like I post all the homework here. So you know before you even purchase the class what you need. Here's your checklist. Okay. Just to go over this checklist really, really simply, I'm going to give you the auto tile template for small, medium, and large. So we're going to use that one template. Everybody's going to use this template. Nobody's going to do a 3X or a 4X. Everybody's going to stick with the small, medium, and large so that we have as little variables as possible. So that means that you're going to need a small, medium, or large t-shirt to work with, of course. And you're going to need a 13-inch printer. Some people will use the 24-inch printer, but if you use a 24-inch printer, then you're going to have to purchase the 24-inch split template before class, and you'll have to have that ready. All right. The other thing is you're going to need your 13 by 19 paper. If you want to do the roll media, some people chose to do the roll media, then I have the roll media templates for the 13-inch roll media. That's available whenever you purchase the auto slice or the auto tile template from the 13 by 19. So it will have the roll media version and the 13 by 19 sheet version, okay? But that's something that you have to purchase ahead of time and have it downloaded and ready, because we won't be able to in class download files and help you extract it and all that stuff. You have to come ready, okay? Very simple supply list. You need scissors, and optional, you can have an X-Acto knife and cutting mat to trim your edges, but scissors work just fine. You're going to want one blank white adult, small, medium, or large polyester shirt. I recommend the 21M. The 21M presses best for me. But if you have to use another shirt because that's what you have, then so be it. It's just you may run into other variables that we don't have control over because it's a different shirt. Another simple material, the hardboard. I give you the link for Home Depot and Lowe's. They each have hardboard. So I give you the link here. And what you do is you ask them to cut it to 44 inches by 36 inches. And then you will have some extra board left. If you tell them to cut that board into 44 inches by 50 inches, then you have a board that's big enough to do the 4X and 5X shirts. And if you never intend on doing 4X and 5X shirts, then you don't need that board, okay? All right, now optional is heat tape and spray adhesive. I just tell you about those because you can use them. You don't need them. All you need is regular old masking tape. If you have some inexpensive masking tape, that board and a shirt and some butcher paper, 36-inch roll butcher paper, then you're good to go. And all of these things you can find locally. You don't have to go onto a special sublimation website to buy these things. So the butcher paper you can find at Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart. I'm recommending the 36-inch roll because you can just pull it out and you can cut it 44 inches long. You actually use your board, and you have to do this before class. You're going to cut 3 of those 36 by 44 sheets of your butcher paper so that we're not cutting butcher paper during class. It's already ready to go. All right. Yeah, the Zoom link is different every single time. And that's just for the purpose of making it exclusive to that particular class. Absolutely, Lachelle. I show you in the courses. Let me see. Oh, you won't know until you purchase the 13 by 19 course. Got it. So let me show you the 13 by 19 course or the 24-inch course or split template. So here, I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do. Literally. All right, so these are our steps. Step 1, we're going to do this on the computer. We're going to split up our image. I'll show you how to test it and all. Then once it's split and ready to go, we're going to print our image, and then I go through all the print settings. what you need to make it right. All right, and then next step is we're going to go through our process of trimming and taping. I show you how fast my little printer prints. I show you how we're going to tape it up, line it up. We go through that whole process together. And then I have this where I'm showing you how I'm cutting my cover paper. Although my heat press is in the way, this is what I want you to do ahead of class. So this video is actually free on YouTube right now, just showing you how I cut my butcher paper. So if you use your board to cut your butcher paper will be the same exact size as your board. And that's what I want you all to do. It makes it so much easier when we're processing the rest of it. So that's just me using that little tool to trim it off. You can use scissors as well. And I'm explaining that process. Excuse me. Then I'll show you the insert process. Uh-oh, I guess I could have made that big, huh? Insert process. And the whole time also is I'm explaining things to you. I'm explaining pitfalls. I'm explaining things not to do. I'm explaining, what common issues we all run into. So y'all asked about the RAM board. This is literally me making the paper insert. And if you see the RAM board over here at the top, it's the same exact way you make the RAM board. And I even show you that I put tape behind the arms after I fold them down in order to preserve this little edge here because it will deteriorate just from folding it, okay? So that's the RAM board, that's the paper. I insert it in there. We press it out nice and clean, get those wrinkles out, and then that's that step. Then finally, the easy-ish part is pressing it. And of course, you end up with issues there. It's just about getting your settings right. So we tape it, we press it, and all of those nice things. And then I even show you a bonus at the end. I show you how I press it with the all over print versus the tiled print. So if you can see there, the final press that I do is just one big old sheet. So you get to understand and you get to appreciate the big sheet pressing versus having to tile it. Sometimes you have to tile it only because you just don't have time to wait for prints to come in and the issues that can come with that. So you have to tile and press. And then other times you have a little more time, you may want to order those large all over sheets and then just do your 4 presses for most size shirts and you're good to go. All right, so that's just me showing y'all the process. And this video right here is just me walking through it. But we also have, if you come down to, these are your live session replays. So if you participated in a particular class, I'll put the date of your class on there and you get to see yourself working through those issues. These are usually longer, as you can see. We have some long classes sometimes. It just depends on how many people we have and how intense the help is needed. So that's why I offer to do it on a Saturday where we don't have any classes after that, and we can really make sure that everyone gets through it and presses through with all of the knowledge that they need to hit the ground running, making all of the shirts by the next time they touch their heat press. Okay. All right, so everything that's needed, if you go to the homework, anytime we have a class, the homework's going to tell you what I expect you to come to class with. And it even has a quiz that I ask you, hey, do you have this? Did you do that? Did you save your images? Did you buy your board? Do you have your tape? Whatever it is that's necessary, go through this homework so you can see ahead of time what I expect you to have prior to class, okay? And it's usually really simple. It's usually something you can get done in 20 minutes or less, okay? But don't try to do it 20 minutes before class. That's the problem, okay? Yes. So the class that we're doing this Sunday, which is what I'm going to demo tonight. I'm going to build it from scratch for you all to see what we're going to do on Sunday. We're going to do a design like almost exact to this one, but we're going to design it from scratch. We're literally going to build our own design with the all over version though. Okay. And then I'm going to show you how to take the all over version and break it down to a 13 by 19 version. All right, so many of you requested this, and I finally feel like we have enough people that want to do a design from scratch and want to do this type of content. And you don't have to do, someone that you could do like a celebrity, maybe like a Whitney Houston, or you can even do your pet or anything that you wanted to make a remembrance design of is your prerogative for that particular course. I just want it to be something that at the end of the day or the end of the night, because it will be nighttime when we're done, you can post it and say, hey, I can do this design for you. I'll do, the first 3 people that contact me and place an order, I'll do a free design fee or something like that, or I'll do a discounted. I'll do a $10 design fee, and normally maybe you charge $20 or $25 design fee. So just do that to kind of get people interested, and I think that you will find that your customers, people that you didn't even think were looking at you, will start contacting you and asking you to do these type of jobs for them. Okay. All right, all right. And Tanya, that's a good idea to do a vector mask versus, because normally I do a Photoshop mask because I can get those softer edges and everything, but I may do, if I have time, I don't know if we'll have time because usually these classes where we build from scratch are very intense. So I try not to overwhelm you all with extra stuff, but a vector mask would be a good idea because if you were doing a print and cut, you could not do this type of background. I'll turn on the purple background so you can see how soft those edges are. You won't be able to do that with print and cut. However, this looks best to me, sublimation, but if you needed a more cuttable design, then we can show you how to do those. I don't think it'll be this class though. That's a lot to put on y'all in one class. But we'll pull it together and see how far we get along with that. Okay. The time, so the class on Saturday is 11 a.m. The class on Sunday is 7 p.m., both Eastern Standard Time. Oh, I see Erica answered that. Thank you, E. I appreciate it. All right, so let's see. Let me make sure Mrs. Henson has the right link because she might be looking at the pre-recorded video. Let me see. Just in case, I want to make sure she's in the right place. I'm going to give her this link. Oh no, it's not a vector mask. As a matter of fact, when it breaks down to 13 by 19 or any mask that I do, it's not a vector mask. But I did one activity where I did a vector mask and I did a whole video on that, why you might want it to be a vector mask, because you want it to be something that, let's say you take it over to your silhouette and you do a print and cut feature, you can do that with the if you had a vector outline. And even if you brought this in, it will try to vector it. It'll try to kind of draw around these areas, but it won't be clean, put it that way. Thanks, Iris. Iris says, I'm so on point and I really appreciate you. Thank you, love. Okay. Okay, so Miss Henson, I see you're watching now. Are you able to comment on the YouTube video? If not, like I said, just comment on the email and I'm looking out for that as well. So just let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and do a white background here. Let's do a solid color and let's choose white. And let me know if you need to change anything, if you want to change colors or words, anything like that. I'm just reading comments here to see if I see it. Oh, I see you, Ms. Henson. I thought so. No, love, you're on the right YouTube now. If you're commenting right now, I see you, babe. Yeah, it probably was the replay. And when you were asking, are you on next? I was like, wait a minute, we've been on. It's okay, love. Let's see. I'm just adding Mrs. Henson. All right. So I'll wait on that. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this file. One thing about Photoshop, these large files can be pretty intensive. So that's why I encourage you when we're doing our courses, especially being that we're using Zoom to live stream, I encourage you to make sure that you have no programs open that you don't need to have open, and that even additional files, you have closed them down. Miss Henson, I won't be able to hear you, love. You can only type to me. You know what? I have StreamYard now. Wait a minute. How do I can invite you. Let me copy that to clipboard. I forgot all about this feature. Okay. So, Mrs. Henson, I just sent you a link. And if you go to that link, you can join the StreamYard with me and you can talk to me. I didn't even realize that. So, Jennifer, I'm sorry I didn't figure that out earlier because you could have just been talking with me. So, Ms. Henson, if you go to that link, it should, and you can join just from the web browser as a guest. You don't have to like go into you don't have to create an account or anything like that. Okay. Yep, you want to make Pendleton the same. So, and that was actually something that I was debating earlier. All right, so let's do that. Let's take the word or the name Pendleton. I'm going to copy it here. Turn that off for a second. And I'm going to double click on the copy here, paste over it. Put the last name below the first name. All right, and let me know if that looks good to you. And also let me know about the words. We have long live on here, but if you want to change the words to anything else, just let me know. I'm not hooing because of y'all. It's just been a long day. All right. And there is a little delay in time. So you might be seeing like maybe a 15 to 20-second delay. So that's why I'm getting a little quiet, just to make sure I don't miss your comments. When you say put something on the back, do you mean to put something on the back of the shirt? Because I have a few different designs that I have that I can put on the back of this shirt, but it'll be a different design, a different design fee. But I know, you know, I'm just letting you know that up front, but I can invoice you separate for that if you want to do that. I don't mind. I usually on the back, I've had where people want to put like wings on the back and says something like, my angel watches over me. Its name is, you know, so and so, or I have like a poem that you can put on the back. As a matter of fact, let's go to the Innate Lab website. Let's get some ideas from what we already have. So I'm sure I have something. And I'll just type in Remembrance. And I'm trying to see what is one that we have. That's one, my mom is my guardian angel. She watches my back. That's a popular one that we do for the back of shirts, and it has the wings on it. Let's see. But then that one is a little personalized. So it kind of matters your relationship to the person, and you have to worry about whether you press the right person's title on the shirt. And that can be a point of making mistakes. So let's see, I think I have a poem or something. I know I have a poem. So I guess I need to do some more back designs because I know I have them. This one is The Day You Left and Gained Your Wings. That's a poem there. Let me look up what I have for the back. I'm positive I have something for the back. Now, if I'm just doing like a quick switch up, like we're using all the same design elements and I'm just putting the poem on the back, then it'll be a charge like a $5 as if we were doing like a photo update. So let's see, it'll be $10 if I'm doing like a different type of a layout, and I'll show you that. You can let me know. So let's say is this one good as is though? Because before we design the back, we want to make sure the front is good so we can make the front and the back both match. Okay. So let me know if the front's good. Okay, good. The font is Master of Break. The Infant Memorial one has a poem as well. And let me check the word back. I'll just check the word poem. And if there's a particular a poem that you like. Like, I think there's one called Remember Me. That's a popular one that's used. I'm bringing up a couple of things here now. Okay, so this one is, it says, remember me with smiles, not tears, for all the joy through all the years. Recall the closeness that was ours, as love is sweet as fragrant flowers. Don't dwell on the thoughts that cause you pain. We'll see each other once again. I am at peace. Try to believe. It was my time. I had to leave. But what a view I have from here. I see your face. I feel you near. I follow you throughout the day. You're not alone along the way. And when God calls you, you will be right by my side, right here with me. Till then, I'll wait by heaven's door. We'll be united evermore. So that's a popular one, and every time I read it out loud, it kind of gets me a little bit. But that one's very fitting. Yeah, absolutely. So this is what I can do. Let me do this. So because you're doing it live, Mrs. Henson, I'm going to give you the Photoshop file too. So like I said, you'll have it so that you can edit it and do things with it. So let's say we're going to put the words on there, right? Let's do a legible font. This font is called Abraham Lincoln. And I'm just going to take a little piece of it. Let's go back here. And then what I'll do, I'll just put it on top of here. Okay, so where it says text, I'm going to do another folder. Well, let's go ahead and type a little bit of text first. So let's say we want the text to go right there. And then I have to type the words because I can't copy and paste them on this StreamYard. So let's say so we're going to put loved by many, ... respected by all, and then just put the angel wings on the back, right? And the good thing is we already have the wings in here. I'm going to center that. And we can do this same font if you want to. This cursive font. As a matter of fact, let's just take the long live. And I'm going to alt click and drag so it makes a copy of it. And I'm going to bring this above my text. I'm going to call this one now, this is going to be called front text. So when I turn it off, I turn off everything from the front. And now I'm going to group this one, put it in a folder, and I'm going to call this back text. Okay. So we will take this text here. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it here. Now it's going to look a little long because it's a long text, but we'll remedy that by making a couple lines of text. And me personally, I like to use different fonts when I'm doing let's see, when I'm doing multi-line, but let's see how it looks as a single text. All right, and then I'm going to take those same wings, the wings we have here. I'm going to take the back wings because they have everything we need, and I'm going to alt click and drag. That means I'm duplicating these two. I'm alt clicking and dragging, and I'm going to bring them all the way in the folder that says back. Bring the text above it. I'll just call that the back. And then all we're going to do is turn off we could even possibly keep the wings there. That way it'll make it simple for you. And let's just turn off the photo here. Unless you want to keep the photo on, let me know. All right, so loved by many, respected by all. You have your wings. I'm going to pull that down and pull his image up just a little bit. And then that way, all you have to do is just turn off the front, turn off the back text. So we can even delete that. Turn off the back text. Turn on the front text, and now text, and now that's the front design. All right. And then I can save this as a PNG if this is ready to go. I'm going to turn off the background stuff there. And then that way we'll go File, Save As, and we'll do PNG for this one as the file type. I'm going to do front, and then we'll do the same thing for the back. All right, we'll take the picture off the back, so we'll go ahead and hide the photo. Okay. And then if we're going to hide the photo, we might go ahead and hide the clouds there too. At least the front clouds, because we want it to look like the wings are on the back, right? Okay. So then we'll turn off the front text. Turn on the back text. And then we can even split it up. Since we're not going to have the photo here now, I'm going to Alt, click and drag so I can have Loved by Many at the top. I'll double click here and I'll delete everything after Loved by Many. And then this one I'll have as Respected by All. So I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to delete everything before Respected by All. So I'll bring that down and let me know what you think. I'll go ahead and bring on the white background so we can see what's going on. All right, everything looks good. All right, let me know what you think about the back here. And I know there's a little delay, so I'm trying to leave it up on the screen for a little bit. And Mrs. Henson, you won't be able to do this on a black shirt unless you have a special way of cutting out this background, or you're just going to press it on like a rectangular opaque transfer. So do you want the text to be red instead of blue? And I'm going to look up teamcolorcodes.com. So if you want to do the Redskins, we can find out what the colors are for the Redskins. Okay, so it's like a burgundy color here. I'm going to grab this hex code. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate the text here so you can decide if you really want it to go the Redskins colorway or you want to go with the blue, okay? So I'm going to go to long live. Let's do a color overlay. And we're going to paste that hex code in that I just picked up from the web. That's the burgundy color. And then what I'm going to do is for the stroke color, I'm going to just go back to the team color codes. And I'm going to color this gold here. So we'll copy that hex code. Come back to our artwork. And let's paste the yellow there. All right, and I just put it on multiply just to kind of let that color show the metallic there. Let me know how you like that, Mrs. Henson. Let's see. The outline that is purple. Oh no, love. There is no outline on here. The purple, I'm not adding color. I just do that so I can see if I have any strange, little hangouts here. So the background is white, or it's actually transparent, as a matter of fact. Only reason why I put a color in the back is so if I want to see what what's hanging off too far, or I want to see what I need to clean up, I always turn on a weird color in the background so that I know to turn it off. Okay, so no, you're not going to have a color background on there at all. So if you want to leave the text blue, we'll leave the text blue. Okay, and like I said, I have that option here. So that's why I kept it the original. And then, of course, if you want to see what it looks like with the Redskins colorway. Okay, so we'll keep the blue font or the blue text. And we'll turn the image back on so you can kind of see it built back out together. So that is the front design. Is the front design good to go? He said, "Oh well, no Redskin." Okay, I get it. And there is a way to kind of like blend the burgundy with the blue and stuff, but I don't think you would get Redskins from it. I don't think you would understand that was Redskins. Okay, so we have the front then, and then let me go ahead and show you the back. So that's the front. I'm going to turn off the front text, turn on the back text, and then we'll turn off the photo. Right click. I'm just going to rename that photo so you'll know. We'll turn it off. And there you have your back design. All right. And you know what? Do you want me to put like any punctuation here, the period there, respected by all, since we did the ... before? I don't know. But just let me know. But yeah, I think that looks nice. Let me check my doves, make sure they're good placement for this text. Make sure it's not covering up too much. It looks good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the background and I'm going to file, save as. I'm going to save it as a PNG. Okay. Once I save it as a PNG, it won't have a background on it. So I'm going to name this the back. So now we have our front and our back ready. And when you print, you never want to print from the Photoshop template because it's so heavy, it's such a big file. You always want to print from the PNG files, or if you have a JPEG, whatever the flattened version of the file is. So now I'm going to pull up both of those PNGs just to make sure. There's one, there's two. See how it's all flattened? So all you have to do is get it printed and go. Do I have another option without the wings? I can just take the wings off if you want to turn them off. So let's just right click, go to the wings, and let's take the wings off. I can even turn off, I'm going to turn off the front wings and the back wings. I can even turn off the gate scene here. If you want to turn that off, we can absolutely turn that off too. And then you just have that sky there. If you want to bring the text back together, you can. So really and truly, it's just, basically what you want to put on there. All right, so let's take the back text. And we're going to bring it back together. There we go. We'll put the white background back on so you can see it all. And now that we don't have that other stuff there, I'm going to kind of fade off the bottom of the cloud layer here. So you see me fade that off. And then quite naturally, you don't even need the foreground cloud. So technically, your design is even shorter. Or you can pull it down and center it. And that kind of brings that color back. I like that. And just let me know if you want to do anything else to the back here. All right, good deal. Good deal. So I'm going to go ahead and take the background off so we can save this as a PNG. File, save as. Then we're going to save it as a PNG. All right, so now we have that variation for the back. And I can go ahead and email this over to you. So you technically have your final design. If you want us to do the prints or if you need to do prints, then you're ready to go now. The design is finalized and you have everything that you need on there. If you need any revisions or anything, like let's say the family sees it and like maybe a date is wrong or if there's a misspelling or something like that, let me know and then I can help you correct that and send you the flattened PNG file. But I'm also going to go ahead and send you this Photoshop file too. So maybe it'll get you playing with it and get you interested in it when you have a little time, okay? All right, all right. Okay. So I think we got this all together. I'm going to go ahead and save and send this to Mrs. Henson. Make sure I save it. And Mrs. Henson, I'm sending this over to you right now. So if you're doing 13 by 19 prints and you happen to get this order in tonight, let's see, then we may be able to get this in the mail to you. If you need to do rush shipping and you get it in tonight and give me a heads up, like email me and let me know, then we'll make sure that we get this printed and in the mail tomorrow so that you may not have to pay for rush shipping. But I will tell you that USPS has been really slipping lately as far as delivering on time if you're not doing express. So if you really need them express, then let me know and I will give you a quote for that. But I'm loading these files up now. They're pretty big files. Thank you, E. And thank you for being here with us tonight. I know you have a lot going on too. I told the others that I gave you the weekend off. A matter of fact, I instructed that you take the weekend off, but I knew you'd pop up and show up and help out anyway. That's just the type of soul that you are. And I appreciate you. All right, so if y'all are still game, I can go ahead and show you what we're going to do on Sunday. We'll go ahead and do that. If y'all are tired and you maybe want to do it tomorrow, I can show you tomorrow too. But I think we should go ahead and do it tonight and get it tied in. Thank you, Kenyon. Okay, finding a way, y'all ready to do this tonight, huh? I knew it. I don't know why I expected anything else. Okay, so let's go ahead and design tonight. Ms. Henson, if there's anything else that you need, love, email me any changes that you need, or once the family sees it, and let me know if they have any revisions. Okay. And again, I'm very, very sorry for your loss, love. I know that that this takes a lot right now. So that's why I'm taking my time with you. I want to make sure it's right for you. Let me know if there's anything else that you need to do to make this what you need it to be. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring everything back so you're not confused when I make layers disappear and stuff. So I got all the layers back on there. I need to bring my gates back. Where are my gates? Let's see. Here we go. Oh, that was a color overlay. I forgot we had color overlay on there. Oh, that's gate number 1. And then this one's gate 2. That's the one we had on. Okay. Make sure I brought everything back. So now what you're going to do, Mrs. Henson, you'll have this video that you can come back to, okay? So if you want to play with this, maybe at a later time, you're going to turn off the front text and turn on the back text if you want to make that show up. And then you would turn off the photo and turn off like the background gate if you don't want that to show for the back of the shirt. But I just want to show you it's going to be really simple for you to get in here and do this now, because everything that we did on this video tonight, I know you can do on your own. I'm positive. Okay. I even have some layers in here where you can kind of change colors. If you're doing a different project and you want to go with the purple colorway, or any other colorway. You can double click this and change it to whatever your heart desires, okay? All right, so this is your template now. I'm saving it just for you, and you'll have that now. What's up, Corey? Hey, love. Corey says she just used this yesterday. Awesome, awesome. Well, Corey, what we're going to do in class this Sunday is we're going to build from scratch. And what I'm going to have my 200 level people do, which you are considered 200 level, by the way, is you're going to follow us on how we build it. But then what I want you to do is there are going to be steps where y'all are going to be caught up and the 100 level people are still working. So when you're caught up, I'm going to ask you to find elements to bring in that are different from what we're bringing in, okay? Because I'm going to give everybody the exact elements that they need to build this from scratch, right? So I'm going to give you everything brick by brick. You're going to have it in a folder and you're going to pull in all those elements. But my 200 level people, I'm going to be expecting a little bit more from you, okay? I'm going to be expecting you to, kick it up a little bit when it comes to the background graphics and the font. I want you to choose a different font. And I want you to choose something different that you bring in. It doesn't have to be the background image. It doesn't have to be the doves. You can bring in a rose. You can do something different, okay? So this is going to be where I ask the 200 level people to do a little something extra, okay? So, yes, I see you. I see you with the looking eyes. I see you. And it's going to be just like how we did 101. And then I had a little higher expectations for my 200 level students, just like that. So you're going to follow the group as we go along. And y'all know how it is when you get caught up and you're just kind of, sitting there on your hands. I'm going to give you something to do. And that something to do is going to be you amping it up and making this a little bit more of your own design, okay? You're absolutely welcome, Mrs. Henson, and thank you so much. It's been a blessing to be able to do this. It's been a great honor. I really appreciate the opportunity. All right, my loves, let's show you what you're going to be doing now. I'm going to go through this kind of fast. We're obviously not going to go through this fast in class, but it's already late, and I want to show y'all what we're going to get into for Sunday. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. We're good to go on that. All right, so y'all are going to see me basically build this from the ground up. Let me go ahead and get some of my features ready for you. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and give you all of these things. So this is going to be course number 126. And see, I'm prepping everything for you. I'm going to give you everything that you need to build this from scratch. Everything that you need. And then I also, while I'm doing this, I'm going to clean it up for you too. So anything that needs to be cleaned up, I'm going to do my due diligence to clean it up for you. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just exporting my individual elements from Photoshop as PNGs. Makes it a little bit easier. All right, so we'll need a photo, and we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do one photo. We're not going to collage this thing out, okay? That's just going to be what it is. We'll just call this main photo. Now I'm going to have the main photo there, but your objective is to pull in your own image. So that's what you're going to have ready. So like I said, it could be a celebrity. It could be one of your loved ones. It could also be like a pet or something. You could just pull a random pet from online. If you want to, kind of make this more of a pet remembrance shirt, and then you can incorporate the wings or not. All of these are going to be your options, okay? All right, so let's see here. Make sure I have all of my elements that I need to display. And you all are going to mask the front wings. So I want y'all to see something. The reason why, oh, I have the wrong screen up right now. I'm tripping. Here we go. So the reason why these wings look like they're in front is because we have a certain area of them masked off. And once it's masked off, it kind of adds a front foreground and a background element to it. And this was actually my brother's idea here. Okay, so it makes it look like the wings kind of wrap around the front. So you can kind of take them out of the foreground, or you can add them too, and then it kind of looks a little more 3D. All right, so we're going to learn to do that. So the only thing you're going to get is the back wings, and we're going to learn how to make the front wings. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to, I already did the sky. We're going to recolor the sky from scratch. The gate. I think we're going to do gate 2. And I'm going to keep it faded off as it is. So let's go ahead. And let's go ahead and export that as a PNG. Now you all will not have to do all this. But I will show you what you will do. All right. And I think I showed you all like a long time ago how to build this from scratch. We built it from scratch. And it was a lot. But now that we're just so much better at composition, we're going to go through pretty quickly. All right, and then we're going to add our own custom text. I'm not going to give you the text. So you are going to be building from the ground up, and it's going to be okay. All right, so the first step that we're going to do is you all will use the blank template. And you know where to get the blank template from. I will give you the link. But the blank template is right here on Innate Lab website. Let me close out some of these windows. And I'm really tripping having all this stuff open. That one I need. That one I need. Okay. All right, so if you just type in the word free, you go to Innate Lab, type in the word free. And I want you to download this template here, but I will give you all this link in the homework, okay? So the homework is going to tell you everything that you need to have, and it will have like a little link that you can click on in order to get directly to here. But you would go ahead and add that to your cart. You would check out. And then once you check out, it costs $0, okay? Once you check out, you're going to go to your account. You're going to already be signed in. You go to your account, and then on the left-hand side, you'll see My Downloadable Products. Okay, so once you click on My Downloadable Products, you will see that you can download that template. That's what you're going to need to start out with, okay? So that's what I'm starting out with right now. And 21M 3X. So this particular template goes from a small, adult small, all the way up to an adult 3X. So when I tell you use this template, because you can universally design, so you'll be designing from your smallest adult size to your largest adult size. I think this is the way for most of you. Some of you have large format printers and you want to like reduce how much you print. So I want to print a few smalls, a few mediums, a few larges. Most of you all are doing like you're pressing yourself. So the reason why I created this type of template was so that you can design for one size. I print out the sheets for you, right? Or you print out the sheets yourself if you're doing the tiling method, if you're doing the 13 by 19 tiles. And that's what we're going to be doing in class on Sunday. So if you go and attend class on Saturday and you do this design, then that can be the design that you print for Sunday. or you could do any other innate academy course and have it ready to print for Sunday. I actually suggest that because then it's something you're excited about putting onto a shirt, okay? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Like I said, I'm gonna go through pretty quickly. I'm going to, first of all, make sure that I close out and I save that file. There we go. All right, so I'm deleting all the extraneous stuff here. I'm going to delete everything except for that color fill in the back. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my elements. So I'm going to go to my 126 folder. So everyone will have a 126 folder. I'm going to put it on my shortcuts. And we're going to have these individual elements that we're working with. The first thing that I want to do is bring in my photo. Boom, bring in the photo. And I should have had my color fill selected so it would have dropped on top. Then I'm going to Control T to transform. And I'm going to bring down the scale of this. Okay. Enter to lock in that transformation. I'm going to file Save As. And I'm going to save this in my 126 folder because that's our class. And I'm just going to save it as classwork for right now, just so I don't get confused and I will give you the template. Now, anything that I make here, and that, basically I'll give you as a reference later. So you'll have this template, but the whole point is I don't want to give you the template up front for this one, and then you don't do the work to build it. This particular class is all about the building, bringing things in, bringing text in, and doing some edits to the colors and how things flow and fading things off. That's what you're going to be learning in this class, okay? All right, so I brought in my image. Next thing I'm going to do is bring in my wings. Okay, wings are a little big. Let me shrink them down just a tad. And I want them to kind of be to scale with my image here. And like I said, we're going to figure out our front versus our back. And I'm going to take my photo and nudge it to the left just a little bit. I'll put the wings behind the photo for right now, just to let me know where I'm going with it. All right, the next thing that I'm bringing, and I'm just literally, y'all don't see, but I'm dragging and dropping right from this folder. And you all are going to have all of these assets, okay, everything that I have here. All right, let's see. I need my gates. I'm going to drag and drop that into the artboard. And I'm going to make sure it's at the very back, so I'm going to drag it down. And I need to fade off this edge up here a little bit more, so I'm going to do that for y'all. Let me go into the file. And I'm going to add a layer mask, grab my paintbrush, and I see some hard edges. Y'all know I don't fool with those hard edges. So I'm going to make sure I have a nice soft brush, clean that up. That way it just flows into your design. So I'm doing a little bit of, I am doing a little bit of the work for you, but essentially you are building this on your own, and I want you to know that. All right, so let's apply that layer mask now, and I am going to quick export that as a PNG, put it back in my 126 folder, and I'm going to replace that one. Let's let that save for a second. Yes. Oh, this is a great, you know what, E? This is really been a full circle type of situation with everything that's been going on. If y'all don't know the backstory to this template, this is one of the first templates that I ever created like live for you all. This is when I kind of decided to start doing more of the teaching. Erica, which is our admin, reached out to me about doing a remembrance shirt for her cousin, right? And she had been really messed over by someone who said they were going to do something. They misspelled some stuff and then kind of had it looking a little janky in some way or another and just would not fix it, especially in time for, the services and when she needed it, right? So that is essentially how Erica and I met. She came to me. It was like last minute. She was like, I don't want to stress you out, but I really need help. And I was able to help her. We stayed up till about 1 o'clock in the morning, making sure we got it done and we got it right. And ever since then, she's offered to help me do whatever. And initially, that help is what spawned into this academy, what spawned into me being able to teach full time and to do this full time. So this is full circle also because, um, you know, this is one of the heaviest days of her life. And I know today is probably one of the heaviest days of your life, E, and I know that. And without, telling your business and stuff, I know that this is. So for us to be doing this today and honoring your cousin once again, being able to use this as an inspiration for others, we thank you and we love you and we really, really, truly appreciate you. And I'm trying not to get all emotional on camera on y'all, but this is truly full circle. We also had some more drama with this situation and this template. It was our very first little template gate issue, and that again, brought some emotions up and brought some things about, and also helped to spawn the Innate Academy. It's funny. It's funny how the things that you think are meant to disturb you motivate the mess out of you. Boy, let me tell you. Okay, so I don't want to get too much on those stories, but I did want to get my little warm fuzzies out for Erica because she's definitely been a blessing, an absolute blessing to me and to us as a creative team. Okay, I know he's like, okay, enough with the mushiness. Get to work. Let me see you do this thing. All right, so I'm gonna bring back in this PNG of the Heaven's Gate now. Hopefully it's all cleaned up like I want it. Yes, much, much better, Shanon. Okay, so I'm pulling that in now. You can see where we're going with this. You see it. All right, so let's go back to our folder, and now let's bring in the cloud background. Let's pull it in, drag it, drop it like it's hot, right onto that artboard. We're going to bring it to the back, and we kind of get to see how this thing is flowing. All right, and then what I'm going to teach you is how to do a layer mask here, and then we're going to grab this gradient here. We have to make sure that it is the right one, which is the basic, and it has to be from the foreground color to transparent, and you'll just see those checkerboards. Okay, and then you have to make sure that black is selected. Boom, we're going to start on the inside meat, shift, drag up, fade that off. That is good to go. And then once we kind of pull this down and stretch it just a little bit, give ourselves a little more distance there. All right, next things next. I have the foreground clouds. We're going to drag and drop those in. Boom, right there to the bottom. Makes it look full and nice, right? And I actually want to bring my foreground clouds up above everything. Maybe below the wings. Nope. Yeah, there we go. I want them above the wings. So I'm going to put it all the way up there. All right, and then we have some, y'all know I get into all these layers. You know I can't help myself. So here's the foreground color for the clouds. And this is just like an additional layer that I like to put right behind the clouds just to kind of like break it up and give you a little color, a little visual interest there, okay? All right, so boom, that's there. And then of course we can color this whatever we want. But these are the basic elements. Then we're going to add text, okay? So this time, instead of gone for not but not forgotten, I'm going to put in loving. We'll do Control T to make that bigger. And it's not the font that we want, so we're going to have everybody download the font. And everybody wanted to know what that one was, and it was Master of Break. All right, and then let's do I'm gonna bring In Loving down in size a little bit, because another thing we're practicing while we're designing this all over shirt is staying inside of these freaking guides. Y'all know that we always think go big or go home, and then we end up printing something that ends up clipping off some important message, right? So I want us not to do that. I'm gonna bring the In Loving behind the image there, because I want it to kind of look more like a magazine title where it's kind of behind the image. And then I will do the opposite when I do the front text down here. So I'm trying to think if I want In Loving Memory. Yes, let's do that. So before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and figure out how I want this to be. So let's do a gradient overlay. And then we're going to make one. So I have this little gradient overlay that I made, but we're going to make our own. And the way that we're going to make gold is we're going to pick gold from the gate here. Okay. So we're going to zoom in. And this is going to be fun. Y'all are going to make your own gradient, your own metallic gradient. All right. So let's do gradient overlay. And I'm going to do a brand new gradient that we're going to make here. So we're going to start with one of the basics, right? We'll just start with the black to white. That's the most basic. Okay, I'm going to change this color. I'm going to look for the darker area of gold. I'm going to just click there. It has a little red tint to it. So let me get something else. There we go. So that's going to be more like my mid-tone gold, more like a Vegas gold. Now, if I click again, it's going to give me a second color stop here. And then instead of picking a color this time, I'm going to go darker. Okay. And then since I just created that one, when I click again, I go darker again. Click again, I go darker again. Now I'm going to grab the lighter one or the mid-tone one, and I'm going to put one of those between the dark. I'm going to delete that white. Look, all of a sudden, I have a little gold gradient. Now let's say I want a little highlight. I want it to be lighter than my mid-tone. I'm going to double click on my, well, let's click once on the mid-tone. Let's make a copy of it. Double click. I'm going to make it a little lighter. Boom, there we go. Make a little highlight there. And then I'm going to take my mid-tone color, tap it once, tap on the other side there. And now I have dark, mid-tone light, mid-tone dark, mid-tone light, mid-tone dark. See, we just created a pattern there. All right, so now that I got that, I want to close up this basic folder, scroll down, hit new, and now I save that as my new color swatch. Okay. All right, nothing special there. Let's go ahead and add a stroke. All right, this stroke, we're going to make sure that it is a gradient stroke, because you know, me and gradients just go together. And I'm going to click on the gradient we just created. Now the difference is I'm going to change the angle of that gradient so that it kind of offsets a little bit. All right. And I'm going to add another stroke. And what it did when I hit the plus sign, it duplicated exactly what I had before. So I'm going to go to the bottom version of that stroke and I'm going to increase it a little bit. And again, I'm going to change the angle of it. Okay, so once I change the angle, now it looks a little more dynamic. Excuse me, y'all. Let me get some water. I've been talking. I've been on this thing for some hours now, haven't I? All right. Yep, I know exactly why you're here, and I know why you didn't take the day off. And we appreciate you. And we're honored that you're here with us today. All right, so first stroke 7, second stroke 16. Let's go ahead and bevel and emboss this bad baby just to make it kind of pop a little bit. All right, and here, let me see what I want my settings to be. And I'm just visually doing this. I don't have anything in mind when I'm doing this right now. I'm just doing this to honestly prepare you all for what we're going to do. All right. And anything else that I want to do, of course, you know me and drop shadows are almost as close as me and gradients. So let's drop it. And oops, I think I'm still on. Yeah, I'm still on my Bevel and Emboss. Go back a second. I meant to be on my drop shadow. All right, so let's add a little distance, make it a little fuzzy. And right now it's on 52. You can make it darker or more opaque. It's a little more transparent, looks a little more believable. And I would probably even tweak this a little bit. I'm feeling like I'm missing a little bit. I don't know if I want a warm gold or a cool gold. So I'm trying to kind of find the cool gold. If you see, it has more of that green tint to it. And the warm gold has more of that orangish or redness to it. But you can always go back and recreate your gradients. I'm just making it match the gate right now. All right, so that's it. Control T. I'm going to transform this, get this inside of my box so I don't cut anything off. In this particular font, I usually put an extra space between my capital letters because it kind of infringes a little bit. All right, Alt, click and drag. It disappeared, so I want to bring it to the front. So I just made a copy. There's no need of doing all that work over again. I'm just going to double click and put memory. And then I'm alt click again and call this first then surname. And I'm going to smush this in a little bit. And smush it up a little bit. Just so that I make sure that I'm good inside of that space there. And for the word memory, I'm probably going to change the font here. I forget what the other one was. Let me see if I've saved it. Market Deco. I think you all already have that on your computer. And then from here, you can decide if you want the In Love and Memory at the top, or you can bring it down here to the bottom. And this is what y'all are going to play with. Control T, let's make it a little smaller. And this is precisely what you just saw, right? Let's go ahead and bring in the doves now. We'll take 1 and 2, and guess what? This time, we're going to hold down Control, select 2 doves. Bring 2 doves in at one time. We have to hit Enter for one, Enter for the other. And then we'll kind of decide our placement here. And of course, if you're doing it all over, I want you to pretend like you know, if you're doing this for 13 by 19, you kind of want to make sure that most of your design elements stay in place. So I design like the only thing that matters outside of here is just extraneous. So if I design in mind, like I'm going to make a matching 13 by 19, that's usually my best bet. All right. So now we kind of have everything in place. Looks like we have all the words. Of course, we can go ahead and type the dates. So let's go ahead and get our text tool. And let's just click somewhere where we don't have any existing text. The font that we're going to choose is Baby's New. There we go. And the size, let's go ahead and make it 40 right now. And I'm just going to type sunrise. And then we'll go ahead and color this how we want. So I'm going to make it very basic because I like to let all of my text stand out. And then the sunrise, sunset, the dates are kind of a secondary feature. So I don't like them to stand out as much. So I'm going to do a color overlay. Let's just do a straight up black color overlay. We'll do a white stroke. So instead of gradient, we're going to choose color. The color is going to be white. And the blend mode is going to be normal. And let's add a little drop shadow here. So let's figure out what size we want this text to be so I can figure out what size I want my stroke and everything to be. Now, granted, what I would do with this image is go ahead and pull up my photo wings. Yeah, let's just put all the text in one place. Let's just put the text at the bottom. It'll make it simpler. It's hard to design text at the top and bottom. It's hard to find balance, but I will teach y'all that later. We'll do some typography, okay? We'll do a course on typography. So I'm going to bring my dove on up here, out of the face, this dove here, kind of bring it up to look like it's going to land on the words. And then the sunrise is a little big still. I'm going to take my In Love and Memory sunrise, all of this text. I'm going to go from top to bottom while holding shift. I'm going to group it, and then I'm going to drag it up a little bit. That way, when I go to do my 13 by 19 version of this, I'm not losing anything. All right, let's go ahead and make that a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to Alt, click and drag sunrise, bring it over here and turn that into sunset. And then you do have an option too to keep it together or pull it down. And then what I do so that I don't forget, because I don't like to just leave dates on there, because if you just leave dates on there, you'll forget. So I'll put some X's to make me remember. And then when I see those X's, if I proof it to someone, they're going to remember. So I don't mistakenly put someone else's date on there. Because when you're doing these type of projects, you have to imagine that people are under a lot of stress and duress, and they may or may not catch a mistake like that. So it's up to you to make it simple for them. It's up to you to kind of put that thought up front into it so that they don't have to think so much with everything that they have going on, okay? The live class for Sunday is not up yet. I'm actually preparing it right now, so that's why I'm doing the demo. So usually what I do is I do the demo with you all, then I realize, I need to clean this up or I need to do that, and then I will post the link. So the link will be definitely posted. I'm going to do my best to get it posted tonight. But the coupon code is usually not available until like 24 hours before the class because you need to be committed to go to the class. If you're a $60 member, you get to attend the class for free. That means that any class that we have on Sundays at 7, even if we switch the day up, let's say we do a weekday or something and it's one of our standard classes, you're able to attend the class for free. But so far, we've been keeping it consistent with Sundays at 7. If you're a $30 member, then you have a coupon code, a 67% off coupon code, and you can use that to attend the class. So instead of paying $60 for the live course, you're paying somewhere around $20, like $19, a little less than $20 for the class to attend the live class. And if you're not a member at all and you don't intend to be a member, you can join the class a la carte. So there is no pressure. You don't have to be a member. But I will tell you this. This is how I kind of describe. I'm a person that's about what is my best deal. And, you know, we're all very savvy when it comes to that sort of thing. So at the very least, what I suggest to people is if you're going to take one class, then go ahead, sign up for the $30 membership, take that one class, which will be $20. So that's only $50 instead of paying $60 for one class. And what's going to happen is that first month, you're going to unlock 4 templates and courses within the first day. And then every, I'll go ahead and show you all that because I'm talking, but I couldn't be showing. I can show you better than I can tell you, like my daddy say. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the Academy. And I'm going to show you what you get the very first day. Uh-oh, let me log out for a second. Log out. All right. So the very first day that you join, you're going to get 4 templates and classes immediately. That's $120 value because these courses are $30. Once they're recorded, so basically a live class is $60 and a pre-recorded class is $30. In this case, let's see here. Yep, we're starting with 101. So you get 101, which has the brush pack and it has a paid font, but I give it to you for free with that class. Every class is going to come with everything that you need, except for if I tell you to bring a photo, you bring your own photo. That's it. You bring your own photo. If it's a logo that's required for the course, you bring your own logo, but everything else I give you because I want you to, like I said, hit the ground running. I don't want you, super stressed. I want you to be present. I want you to be focused, and I want you to have a deliverable, something done at the end of the class that you can be proud of. Okay. So that's why I say every last 100 level course, even if it looks really complicated, I walk you through it. I make sure that you're done before we close out the session. Okay. Now, if you have computer issues and that sort of thing, that's something I can't necessarily predict or deal with live. I do help some people with some issues, like if we run into something in the middle of class, but it's very rare that someone doesn't finish the class that they came to a live version of the class for. So in other words, we have a lot of success stories, okay? A lot of success stories. Corey, that's a good question. When they want the names on the sleeves, this is what you can do. You can press them separately. That's a lot of extra work. What I tend to do is it's actually easier to go down the sleeve than it is to try to like go, follow the hem of the sleeves, because on different size shirts, the location of the sleeve is going to be a different place. So I try to get people to kind of put something up here on the left chest or the shoulder. That's your best bet. But if they really want something on the sleeves, then you have to be very particular about where you put it on which size shirt. And that just takes a little guesswork and planning. Okay, so good question. All right. So let's see. So that's you get 101, 102, and this one comes with the cartoons. 103 is a really popular airbrush template that people like really rave about and say they use over and over and over again. You could even go to like a on the spot kind of pop-up shop, and you could offer to do these as on-demand shirts. And this one design right here, if you only offered this and said, okay, well, I can change your name and I can put your photo on there, and you did that, and some people don't even want the photo. They just want, maybe their number, their birthday or whatever, and you keep it simple, you can make a lot of money off of that template just because it looks airbrushed. I can't tell you how many times somebody came up to me while I have a printer, a computer, and everything else in front of me with no airbrush equipment. And they're like, do you airbrush? And that's what made me create this template. I was like, no, I don't airbrush, but I sublimate, which means I can make anything you can imagine in unlimited colors on a shirt. So the fact that people want airbrush, I had to realize, I just can't talk people into something that they really don't want to be talked out of. So my goal was to create a look that once they saw it on a shirt, they could imagine, okay, so you can do something like airbrush, but it's literally as quick as a 10-minute, kind of type in design. I'm printing it, I'm pressing it on a shirt, and I'm trying to upsell them on matching socks and masks and everything else to go with it. So so that once I complete that design, I can hopefully upsell them on something else. So I want y'all to know that airbrush template is definitely the truth. This one with the neon text and changing it out depending on what the birthday theme is, that is highly popular as well. So what I try to do is give y'all my most popular styles, and this one's tie-dye. Tie-dye is really hot. The tie-dye alone is something that people pay for this template just to have the the editable tie-dye. So this tie-dye, you can change the color. So you can change the themes. The True Colors image that I have with the bright CMYK is made with this very template. I just, instead of the characters, I put my cyan, magenta, yellow, and black in there. If y'all didn't know, that's the template that I use to make my little logo shirts. Okay. Let's see, next. Oh, so after the first moment that you sign up, so you'll get these immediately. The 7 days later, you'll unlock a new class. This will be 105. It teaches you how to do the patterns, like you put a photo in and make your own custom pattern. We teach you how to do that. And it comes with a mock-up for the socks, as well as the printable file for the socks. So once you create your pattern, you're able to print, boom, mock-up, boom, one step, okay? That one, and this also works with the socks that we offer that have the jigs pre-inserted. It works perfect with that, with those socks that we sell. Okay. Next, this one, this is my second. So this is actually my number one seller when I go to pop-up shops. I can do a memory shirts, I can do birthday shirts, I can do license plates, everything with this template. This is what I teach people when people want to learn from me how to do pop-up shops and how to do on-demand design and printing. They have to learn how to get fast first, right? So what I do is I set them up with this template. They only can use this template. So if a customer asks you to design something crazy, you can do it with this template, because literally you're looking up a background from the internet. They're texting you a photo that they want on the shirt, and this is exactly what happens in this scenario. They text you a photo, or you pull a photo from the internet and you make something on the spot. You can do it with this template over and over and over again. And it takes less than 10 minutes to do it if you keep it simple to this template. So that's 14 days later. 21 days later, you unlock the program template, and it's really getting you into having finalized designs, but in the same time, it's teaching you what all the tools in Photoshop can do for you. So you understand in real time what this is really kind of grooming you for. All right. So this one unlocks your last week of the month. So for your first month, you get 8 templates and classes, which is a $240 value for $30 if you're a $30 member. Now, if you're a $60 member, you get all of that, plus you get to take the live classes for that month that normally cost $60. You get those classes free. You don't have to pay a thing for them. You just have a coupon code that you have to register within 24 hours for that class. And I'll know that you're going to be prepared for class, and you're agreeing to those terms that you're going to be prepared. And you'll get to come to the live classes. A new perk for the $30 and $60 members is that, let's say you want to unlock a class early, and let's say you're just now joining and you want to unlock what's one of the more popular ones? The one, what is it, 117? Where's that all over-ish hoodie? That one was really popular. This one here, 117, extremely popular. People want to get it early because they want to make hoodies before this time unlocks. And you can use your coupon code. If you're a $30 member, you have a 67% coupon code. If you are a $60 member, you have a 75% off coupon code. And you can use them to unlock courses early. All right. So literally this class ends up being $7.50 if you are a VIP member. So a lot of people will get that status just so that they can unlock these courses early and get this content. I think a lot of people join just to get 125, this one right here. This is an automatic template that will, while you're designing the stole, will automatically design a t-shirt with the same elements, and vice versa. While you're designing the shirt, it'll automatically update the stole. So that's one of the smart templates. It has smart color features, smart photo change features, and I'm doing the most to have you do the least. All right, so just some information there about the memberships in case y'all were wondering. So what you will see is a class pop up tonight. It'll probably be one of the first ones here. But if not, if you don't see it, you can always go to the live interactive courses and you'll see it pop up as our next interactive course. And actually these now say pre-recorded, so that will come, and this will come out of the live section and it will go in the pre-recorded section. So once a course is pre-recorded, we take the price of the course down and make the video available for other people to view. So I try to make things for every price point, for every type of learner. So if you are a hands-on learner, by all means, come to it just one Sunday class, okay? That's all I'm asking. If you're a hands-on learner, come to one Sunday class and you'll get the experience that I'm talking about. If you are a self-paced learner, like you like to be able to pause it, go get you some tea, take a nap, and then come back to it, then you may want to do the pre-recorded membership, which is $30 a month. If you are definitely attending 2 classes or more a month, then it is absolutely worth it to do the $60 membership. All right. And if you just want to try it out and you don't want to commit to anything, at the very least, I tell you to join and I tell you to cancel. If with within your first month, if you don't utilize your services, you've at least gotten $240 worth of templates in 1 month. So you pay $30, you're at least going to get $240 worth of templates. Okay. And these are literally templates that I sell for $20 a piece plus the class that comes with it. You get to watch your cohorts, beginner Photoshop folks and intermediate Photoshop folks literally doing the same steps that you need to be doing, rather than watching me do it and I do it fast and then you be like, yeah, it looks easy when you do it, but you run into little little dishes, and that's my role is to pull you out of those ditches. Okay, pull you out the mud. All right, so Lachelle, the class for tomorrow is a rare class. Okay, so the class for tomorrow is a rare class that I do what's called an exclusive class, and the exclusive class that I'm doing for Saturday is this one here. There's you can't use a coupon code for it. It's one of those super intensive, like draining courses for me, but I love it because you all want to learn it. So I enjoy imparting that knowledge, but it's so intense that I can't do it as a regular class because everybody would sign up for it, and it takes a lot of energy out of me. Okay, so that one is $100. I think you will get a lot out of that course if your goal is to really do all over shirts and you want to get some hands-on experience. You finally want to jump in and do it. That's going to be the class for you. But if you're more interested in designing, because this class on Saturday we're not designing, the class on Sunday we're designing. Okay. So the class on Sunday we're designing, and if you are a $60 member, you don't have to pay anything for the class. You'll just get a coupon code that you can redeem for the class. And if you're a $30 member, you can just straight up use your 67% off coupon code to register for the class. Okay. Great question, Janila, and let me know if I ever say y'all's names wrong. Correct me, please. In order to join the membership, we'll go back to the Innate Academy, and Erica will post the links for you all for the Academy. But there's a $30 a month option and a $60 a month option. And like I said, the $60 a month option, the biggest perk is that you get to come to the live classes. Okay, and it's pretty much free. Like you can come to one class that month, or you can come to all 4 classes that month. And we did upgrade that for you all because the VIP members were originally members that would pay $60 per class, and they would come to 4 classes every single month. And for those people, I wanted to give something very extra special. So I made it to where they would be able to attend all classes for free, as long as with their $60 membership, and they get the 75% off anything that they want to unlock early. If they did not, if they weren't able to make it to a live class and they wanted to unlock that class early, they have that option with 75% off. All right, so Kenyon, Saturday, yes, we are using the slicer. We're using the slicer template, but we're also literally physically printing and pressing it as well. Yes, the class tomorrow is $100. There's no discount code. The class on Sunday, you can, if you're a $60 member, it's free. If you are a $30 member, it is, you use your 67% off coupon code, so it'll be less than $20. And then if you're not a member at all and you don't intend on signing up for membership, it's $60 for the full price, if you don't want to be a member. And you always have that option. I will always put an option for those that don't necessarily want to commit to membership. I still want to offer you an option to partake. Okay. Y'all have any other questions? Y'all are asking great questions. Right now I only do Photoshop. We're going to start doing some little classes for, it's actually going to be for kids, and we're starting that up this summer. So once the kids are done with school, we'll start teaching Affinity. It will be Affinity Photo more than likely. I'll decide whether I want to do Affinity Design or Affinity Photo. But we'll do like beginner bites classes that are meant for kids, but it's not only for kids. Let's put it that way. Like, I'm going to break it down to a level where kids can follow me, and that means that we should be able to follow as well. So I won't be offering academy courses right now on Affinity, but I will do some kids courses on Affinity, which I think will help the kids in us that want to learn something and start from the baby steps. The class for Saturday is up, and it is $100, and it's limited. It's first come, first serve, like a seating. So I don't even know if it's full right now. I don't think it is at this moment, last I checked. So the class for Saturday is us, when I was showing you this whole process here. You can click on that now and you can buy it. And it is $100 regardless of what your membership status is. It's just that type of class. And literally, I will probably spend a good 5 to 6, maybe even 7 hours if I have to, with you all, making sure everybody reaches the end of pressing an all over shirt. And eventually in the future, we'll have physical classes like this. And it's going to be like a destination vacation / workshop. So you all can, I don't know if you know this, but on a business trip, if you spend at least 40% of your time on business, then it's considered a business trip. So we're going to spend at least 40% of our time doing these workshops, and there'll be physical workshops. And we're out here in Florida by the Jacksonville beach. So we will be able to do our work and then have some fun as well, and it will be an experience, not just a work experience, but we'll get a chance to learn one another, see where our strengths are, work together, network, and build together. So I'm excited about that. But we're definitely have been patient waiting on this COVID stuff. So Ethel, I'm not understanding when you said you need to add $40 more. When you go to checkout, let me see what happens. When you go to checkout, it doesn't give you an option of what you want to pay. You have to it's gonna give you only one option, and that's to pay the $100. I don't even think it gives you an option to put in a coupon code. I could be mistaken. I will check that. Let me see. Let me log in and see. I forget when I click out of here, I have to hit OK. So let me log in and I'll check and see, because sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes. And I will admit it if I'm wrong. You know what? It won't allow me to purchase it because it's already on here. Yeah, it's already on here with access. And there is no coupon code right now that works with that class. And as a matter of fact, let's see if the coupon code if people use a coupon code, what usually happens is it ends up getting rejected back, and they have to process it without the coupon code, because this website is it's a training course website, so it has some limitations, and sometimes the coupon codes do some crazy stuff. So let me know if something weird happened with you. Just email. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to check on that right now just to make sure. Give me just a moment. I'm going to check on the Oliver class for you. Yeah, even if it allows you to put a coupon code in there, please don't, because if you do use the 67% off or 75% off, it'll reject it afterwards. It'll tell you that that you've been removed from the class, and it'll send you a message to pay the full. Okay. Yep. How do you upgrade your membership? Just when you log in, you have the option to change your membership. You can upgrade or change it. So if you go, just like right now, if I go to learn more, and let's say I'm a $30 member, and if I want to get access to the $60 membership, if you're already a $30 member, then you just check the $60 member option, and then you'll hit continue, log in, and it will prorate. So like right now, it'll take from now forward, you're a $60 member, so it's going to prorate that amount versus you being a $30 member at any point before that. Yes, Ira says, yep, Erica says to message her on Facebook. It's Erica Kane in the Innate Creatives Facebook group. And you all make sure that you're a part of that group, because that's where we announce what the courses are going to be. That's how we announce our sales, especially we're doing a flash sale that's actually still on right now. So everything on innatelab.com is 40% off, including templates, ink. If you never tried True Colors ink, I highly suggest that you try it, especially right now where the ink is 40% off. So, and another thing that's selling really well are the socks. So the socks already have the jigs inside of them. So you don't have to worry about struggling with a jig or a form to try to stretch the sock out. They're pre-inserted, ready to go. We also have the kits for the large format printers. If you have a 7270, 5270, etc., those line of printers, you can convert them very easily to sublimation. It's literally as easy as filling up the cartridge and popping them in. Then you have the chips, the maintenance cards. All of these things are 40% off. And as a matter of fact, did the 40% off sale end? I think it did. I think it did. Let me see. I might reactivate it for y'all for this weekend. It was, I guess it did turn off because it was on yesterday and it got left on, and Erica said, you know what, just leave it on because well, it was supposed to end Wednesday and I left it on Thursday because I didn't realize that some folks got their stimulus payments on Thursday, I believe. So I left it on because Erica suggested that you all might be able to make use of that with your stimulus funds. So like I said, anytime something really big is going on, if y'all let me know ahead of time, I do try to work with you. Because I want to make it something that you can make the most out of your business as an investment. And I know every time we get a lump sum, we're putting it back into our businesses. I already know that. I'm that way. If I get a lump sum, I'm looking at, well, what equipment can I upgrade? What can I learn? What services can I do better or download and make my business better. So I try to, curtail that just for you all. So if you know something is going on, like Erica did with the stimulus payments, I'm more than willing to listen to you all and work with you all. So Chrissy Poo, I'll turn the sale back on. What's today? Friday. Oh, I know why it went off, because we were supposed to do the sale on the prints. So I'll turn it back on. I'll turn the 40% sale back on. I think as far as starting out, you don't need the entire Adobe Creative Suite. Only if you're doing like Illustrator, because I buy it because I work in Illustrator as well. If I was pretty much learning Photoshop, I would only do the $9.99 Photoshop version. And then if I didn't need it on 2 computers, I would go to the Innate Creatives group, look up the word buddy. We have like a little, just search the word buddy. And there's a listing where people can post if they need or are looking for a Facebook buddy, so that one person can Venmo or Cash App or whatever the other person the $5, so that you can each pay $5 to have access to Photoshop. Yes, the one we use is $9.99 a month. And if you go to the Innate Lab YouTube, so I'm gonna go youtube.com/Innate Lab. I literally, if you type in $9.99, so just type in 9.99, and you'll see I talk about the $9.99 Photoshop that you need, okay? And I literally walk you through where to find it, how to download it, how to install it, and all, okay? Chrissy Poo, you need ink? Okay, I got you, love. So I'm gonna be up tonight. I'm gonna upload this class. Let me see, am I done with this? Yeah, pretty much that was it. And then I'm going to show you all how to do stuff. I know we kind of got off track a little bit, but I'm going to show you all how to do things like we want to change the color of this foreground of the clouds. We're going to do a color overlay. And I'm just going to show y'all real quick how we would change this from blue to red. So I'm going to choose a little bit darker red there. Copy that red color. There we go. I'm going to do a solid color for the background. That same red pops up. I'm going to say okay, and then I'm going to choose a different blend mode. So depending on what I want to do, so that was darken, I'm going to just go down my blend mode. Maybe I want to use multiply, color burn. Color burn looks pretty nice right there. And then I'll take that same one. I'm going to alt click, drag it up to my foreground clouds. And then I'm going to right click and I think I put it in my text folder. Right click and create a clipping mask. So now that goes to my foreground clouds. And then I will show you how you can do a gradient too. Same thing. Do a gradient instead of a solid color. And I'm going to choose a gradient that I already made up. I'm going to clip it down, turn off the red. Maybe change my angle a little bit for my gradient. All right, same thing here. I'm going to alt click and drag it down to underneath this red layer. Boom, turn off the red. And then I alt click and drag that same gradient up here, right click, and create a clipping mask to the clouds in the middle there. Turn off the color overlay. And then I'm just going to change the angle here so it looks like it does a little something different. That one's on normal. All my blend modes are on normal. I'm going to find one that I like better. So I think I'm going to like something like lighten down here at the bottom. Kind of makes it look like cotton candy. Then the one in the background, I might choose overlay or multiply. Oh, wrong one. I'm trying to get the one in the back. There we go. And let me add a black and white layer underneath this. Boom. So that I'm basically recoloring my image there. Color burn, that looks good. So we're gonna do all that in class, okay? That's it. And then I will save this and I will give it to you after class if you want this as your template. Let's say you weren't exactly happy with what you thought you achieved and you want this version, I won't give it to you before class, but after class when I upload the video, I will also upload this template for you all for free, okay? All right, and just that simple, we can come back with the color instead of the gradients. Okay, we have a couple of options there. All right, and I just want y'all to get used to like basically changing this out in 10 minutes. You can do this in 10 minutes. You can essentially do anything else in Photoshop. Let me see, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my mask here. Let's do control, click here. Oh, duh, I'm selecting this other stuff. So I'm gonna give y'all a mask as well. Select the inside, inverse, and then I'm working on this one right now. I'm gonna give y'all my mask I use for this one. Select inverse. And if you have access to the Academy, course number 110 has all of these masks in it. So matter of fact, let me do that. Let me show you how you use your mask from 110. I think I'm done with this one. Deselect. Go ahead and save that. All right, and I was grabbing a mask for you. So I'm gonna go to my class number 110. Let's see, 126 is there, 110. So I'm gonna give you one of these masks too with this class. So let's do, I'll do the cloud mask, and let me turn off whichever one is already on. So we'll do the cloud mask. Actually, I should call it a silhouette because it's not a mask until we make it a mask. Silhouette. All right, let's go ahead and export that as PNG, and I'm going to put it in your folder for 126. And since y'all been asking me how to mask stuff, we're going to do it live. Okay, so cloud silhouette PNG, boom, we have that. And then what I'm going to do is come to my 126 folder. So all of your stuff, when you start class, all of your stuff should be in your 126 folder, including whatever photo you want to use. Please don't be in class searching for your photos because it takes time away from all of us. Okay, I'm going to go to the very, very top here, and I'm going to group everything. Then my locked layers up top. And I'm going to click and drag in this silhouette. And what I'm making sure of is I'm not quite caring that it's a 13 by 19 size. I'm caring that it's a 13 by 19 orientation and that I don't have anything hanging off the page here. That looks good. And I'm even going to shrink this down just a little bit so I have absolutely nothing hanging off of the page. Boom, there we go. So now we're going to turn this into a 13 by 19. I'm going to control click this little silhouette here on the thumbnail, turn it off, add a layer mask now, boom. Everything is clipped inside of this area. If I want to see what it looks like on white, I'm going to do a solid color, put white in the background, and that's what my 13 by 19-esque design looks like. If I want to make sure that everything fits on here, I'm looking to make sure my dove isn't getting cut off. I don't have any text getting cut off here. I'm good to go. Then I turn off these two layers. And then the next part is, I will save this as classwork, right? And then I'll save the next one, or I will probably save this as all over heavens, gate, sky, clouds, all of the stuff I usually have in there. I try to name in my title. So when I'm looking for it, if I can just figure out one word that was in the image, I can find it. But the negative side of that is having long behind file names. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and crop it. I'm going to tell it that it's 13 by 19. Okay, and see how it automatically kind of gives me that orientation? I'm good with that. And I just hit save. So before I actually commit this, well, I already did it. I wanted to show you to make sure the delete crop pixels is turned off because you want to keep that data back there just in case. So now you have a 13 by 19-ish design. It's not 13 by 19 yet because we have to do one more step. It's going to take a little time to do this crop right now. I'm just giving it a little time there. Okay, great, Ethel. So I'll see you tomorrow morning then. We'll get started early. It starts at 11 a.m. Ethel, also make sure that you have your artwork ready. If you haven't seen that video, let me go ahead and link that video for you all because I probably don't need to stay up too late. Hey, loves. I just had a computer issue with all of that was streaming and it just like shut down. So I think that was a sign that I need to call it a night because I look like how my computer feels right now. So I just didn't want to leave you all hanging, those of you who are left. But everything that I said today is in a previous video for tomorrow's homework. So y'all look up that video. It is literally named, let me look it up for you. Hopefully the computer won't crash with all this streaming. Hold on. Let's see here. I'm going to go to the Innate Lab channel. The name of it is All Over Live Real Time Split Print Press Class. So I'm going to copy the link for this one because we literally went over everything that you need for to have ready for class. So for those of you interested in that, I am putting it in the link here. I mean, in the chat here. Make sure you check that out. Yes, we will see you at 11 a.m. So please, please, please make certain that you have your artwork ready, okay? Okay. If you don't have your artwork ready, I have a free JPEG file that you can use, and it's got Innate Lab True Colors ink all over it. But if you want to advertise for True Colors, I'm not mad at you, but I'm just telling you, I'm sure you have something better that you want to print and press for your first all over shirt, okay? So yes, I'm going to get some rest because tomorrow's going to be a good day, a long day, but a good day. And I will see you all 11 a.m. tomorrow that signed up for that class. And Sunday, I will have the link posted tonight for the class for Sunday. So you can go ahead and sign up for that once the coupon code opens up for our $60 members. Okay. All right, all right. I didn't get to say it, so that's why I came back, because y'all know I got to tell you. I love y'all for real. I appreciate you all dearly. And until next time, bye. Peace, y'all.